Sample that. What is up, xole mates? Welcome to episode 1 of a new series called Fan Favorites. In this series, I ask you on Patreon to send me 4 albums. I might ask you to send me your 4 favorite albums, 4 albums that you're listening to, 4 albums that have a weird sound, 4 albums that are albums. In this episode, I asked you to send me your favorite albums, and I got a comment from Anthony, who sent these albums. So the next thing I did was listen to the albums. The first album Anthony sent in is First Place by the Brook and The Bluff. Yeah, first listen, really like this album. The first time I listen to each of these albums, I'm gonna know that I at least have an hour to just listen to the albums front to back. Usually when I listen to music, I just go to my liked songs and it's just one after the other of random artists. But this is gonna make me listen to albums like they're meant to be listened to, which is pretty sick. So, next album. I'm about to do some work for my part-time job, and while I do, backseat lovers time. Still think their first album is better, but incredible. xole mates, it's been a few days, and I've been listening to these albums pretty non-stop, and I think it's time to make a song like them. And I feel like the albums that Anthony sent me are kind of split into 2 sides. We have Backseat Lovers and Hey Nothing with a more like indie rock sound, and then Willis and the Brook and the Bluff with a more indie pop sound. And I think I'm gonna levitate toward the indie pop. So let's make some indie pop. There's 4 things that were pretty consistent in Locals 4 and First Place that I'm gonna be implementing into the production of this song, and those are electric guitar. I'm gonna make it the heart and soul of the song, and instead of just doing strumming chords, I'm gonna focus on having like a lot of different guitar layers play different melodies, and then all of them together kind of create the chords of the song. For the vocals, I'm gonna have a lot of call and response vocals, like one main vocal and then kind of some stacked call and response background vocals after the main vocal. For the synths and the keys, just gonna have some, you know, indie pop, indie rock, funky, vibrato, phased out chords. And then for the drums, getting a live drum kit sound, but also very kind of produced, having the drums be very tight in the verses, and then once the choruses come, kind of ease back and switch to like a ride. And for the song vibe overall, I think I'm gonna stick to like some summer, road trip, lazy aesthetics. Without further ado, let's just hop right into it. Guitar. To get that indie sound, I'm just switching all my chords into 7ths. So instead of just the major, I'm doing a 7th. Let's figure out our BPM. Dun 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 dun. 177, 170 halftime, 85. Nice. Now we just need to chop this up. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to record 3 layers. So that's pretty cool. I'd say that's pretty cool. I'd say that's what we were looking for. Yeah, if you had to ask me, I'd say that's pretty much what I was going for. If you came up to me and you said, what is your going for? I'd say this is what it is. For an hour and a half to be 3 layers. Sorry for the break in this video. I just wanted to shout out the sponsor of this video, which is you liking the video, potentially. Maybe. Possibly. It's an option. Also, if you want to, there is a subscribe button. You can press the subscribe button, and it helps you subscribe to the channel, and that helps as well. But the main thing I want to mention is my Patreon page. I post unreleased music over there, and exclusive early access YouTube videos. I post exclusive song breakdowns. I give you the royalty-free stems to my original music, and there's just a lot of cool stuff over there. So you can join for free and just follow along and get some behind-the-scenes footage, but there's also some cool tiers with some cool perks, so you should check that out. Now let's get back to the video. All right, where were we? Sorry about that. Just took a break, ate dinner, and spent 2 hours watching the finale of Hunger Games. And yeah, she ended up with PETA all along. Look at that. Nice guys do finish last, or first. Nice guys do finish. All right, what were we working with? I have no clue what we were working with, guys. We've got the doll open. Let's see what we got. We gotta keep it kind of quiet, because it's nighttime. This is smooth. I'm kind of short, but it's okay. Because nice guys finish first. I actually really like this. I think, yeah, while we have it, let's just throw it right into the drummer machining. And I've told y'all earlier that I am no drummer. Oh, that could have been bad. You know, some people say don't put an $800 camera on a $50 tripod. And I say to them, I got the camcorder for $50, so I don't have $200 to put it into a tripod. I don't know how to play drums, guys. So what I want to do is record the hi-hat and the ride separately from the kick and the snare so I can mix them. I know there's drummers in the comments that are getting very mad at me. Does this change your mind though? It's time for me to go to sleep. Here are our Frankenstein drums, because I can't keep rhythm. But let's keep it positive. I'm loving how this is sounding. Perfecto. So I just figured out some new chords for the chorus. All right, now we need some melodies. Good morning, Xolemates. This is day like 5 of working on the song. I don't know, day 4. But here is our project, and I am really liking this song, guys. All these tracks in this song have been consolidated. I just did some basic mixing to everything. I just added some compression and EQ. I didn't add any of the sauce effects to really add some tone. But I don't know, I really like these muted guitars, super dry. They just sound really crisp, really clean. I think the main chords, I like how it sounds dry. But I'm thinking about adding some like sketch cassette to maybe add some dropouts, maybe add some warble, something like that for a little bit of tone. The drums have been compressed. I also have this short verb send over here with some vintage verb, just a really quick kind of tight of a reverb, blah, blah. And then the bass is completely unmixed. So maybe we mix it. So today I'm going to be adding some synths and keys. I'm also thinking for the drums, we need some kind of like weird percussion sounds. All right, I kind of like that. I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that I can really. Flatten. Now let's add this reverb send. And now it's time for the keys. So, guitar chords are much different than piano chords. Most of the time when you play guitar chords, it covers more than one octave, whereas a piano, you can just play a triad and cover one octave. So sometimes when you're playing guitar chords, especially like sevenths and jazz chords, you're not just playing like simple triads on the piano, so it's a little hard to play the same voicing on the guitar. But what I like to do sometimes is I just find my main chords and I right-click, convert harmony to MIDI track. So it's converting the guitar chords into MIDI. And I'm going to do it with both the verse and chorus. So let's figure out what we're playing here. And the chorus. So now I'm just going to go practice on my keyboard. Keyboard is ready to go. The first thing I want to add is like a Rhodes electric piano. I like this one, but let's turn the reverb off. Yep, here's the Morning Rhodes preset. Those are the chords that I'm playing for the verse, so let's get to it. Got the simple Rhodes keys. But before we add any other synths and keys, I think I want to write the song. These with the Brooks and the Bluff and Willis, a lot of times they like the keys to kind of call and response with the vocals. So after we record the vocals, I can kind of add the melodies in relation to my voice. I kind of want this song to be like a lazy kind of song. I'm gonna stand up. It's the kind of day when you got nothing to say. I cannot write right now, this is so bad. I wish I could live. Please let me live in this forever. Let me live in this forever. I like that. Nothing to do but lay down. Nothing to do in round. Nothing to do. She takes her coffee with honey. And honey, I don't think I'm sleeping alone. I love it with you, to spend it with you. Yeah, yeah, 2, 3, 4. Let me live in this forever. Nothing to do around. Lay down my arm around. She loves a day this cloudy. Here is our project, what we have so far, and this is going to be ending part 1 of making this indie pop song. We've got the bass. I I really like this dry tone. I don't know if in part 2 we're going to mix this bass, add any kind of tone to it. We'll see. For the drums, I just did some simple EQ and compression, a little bit of drum bus, and then I consolidated it into this track. So again, really no tone effects on the drums. And like I said at the start of the video, for the Brook and the Bluff and Willis, I'm going for a more punchy and snappy verse. And then in the chorus, I'm going for a laid back kind of ride drum rhythm. I wasn't too crazy about the perks when I was making them. But honestly, they're growing on me, and I think it does kind of add some width to the drums. So these roads are just barely in the mix. This song definitely needs a lot more keys and a lot more synths, and that's one of the things I'm going to be doing in part 2, which is coming soon, so be sure to subscribe. But right now, those roads are some nice placeholders. Now, coming down to the guitars, no mixing is happening in these guitars. These are all DI tones with a little bit of EQ and compression. So I lied. There is a little bit of mixing, but no tone is being added through audio effects. Again, for the guitar chords, I think I do want to add some tone, maybe through Sketch Cassette, but for the guitar melodies, I'm keeping them dry. I really do think I'm just going to keep these dry. I love that. So in part 2, definitely going to be mixing the chord guitars a little bit more, but here's our beat so far. Now we got the vocals. The vocals are unmixed, but I did tune them a little bit with some Melodyne.
It's a little bit of summer. I taste a little bit of fall. She called, got plans. I say I don't see nothing at all. Let me live in this forever. Nothing to do around.
So part 2, I'm going to be mixing these vocals, maybe adding a few more vocal layers, but I think I'm just going to keep the vocal mix pretty simple. For these songs, you just want the vocals to sound natural. You don't want to add like distortion, or you don't want to throw in too heavy of auto-tune. So in part 2, when I mix the vocals, it's going to be very simple. It's just going to be something like EQ, compression, de-essing, parallel compression, maybe a little bit of extra reverb, and then maybe a delay here and there. But this is a quick plug for my indie vocal vibes, Ableton effects only preset. You should check it out on my store, but it's super simple to use using only Ableton effects and then 2 free effects. But you just throw it in.
It's a little bit of summer. I taste a little bit of fall. She called, got plans. I say I don't see nothing at all.
So after you clean up the vocals with the compression and the EQ and the de-essing, then you can have a little bit fun adding some sauce to the vocals. So maybe we want some distortion.
It's a little bit of summer. I taste a little bit of fall.
Maybe a little bit less reverb, but more delay.
It's a little bit of summer. I taste a little bit of fall. She called, got plans. I say
Let's maybe bring the reverb back up a little bit, and then maybe just a little bit of chorus and widen the vocals.
it's a little bit of summer. I taste a little bit of fall.
Yeah, super simple to use, strikes inspiration very quickly. Also, what I like doing sometimes is pressing this random button, and it just gives you a bunch of random values.
It's a little bit of summer. I taste a little bit of fall. She called, got plans. I say
So I apologize for the quick plug, but if you use Ableton, you should definitely go cop the indie vocal vibes. Super fun to use. Xolemates, thank you so much for watching this video. So this demo will be on my Patreon, and I'm going to be asking y'all to give me some feedback. Let me know what you think I should add to this song if we're trying to make a song like Brook and The Bluffs and Willis. It's going to really help my approach to make part 2, and I'll shout out any of the comments that I end up using in part 2. I will see you in part 2, and this was really fun. I'm going to be doing a lot of these fan favorite episodes. It's just going to help me, explore a lot of different genres and just have fun making music. So I'm really excited to see some albums that you send me next time. Hopefully I can choose yours. Keep making music. Xolemates for life. Have a great day.
I would do it every day. It's like everything we're meant to do. Let me live in this